Hello friends, today we will take you to the mysterious world of ancient Egypt. Ancient Egypt is famous for its fascinating civilizations throughout history, but perhaps its most iconic structures are the pyramids and the Sphinx of Giza. Throughout this video, we will explore the history, the reasons for their construction, and the mysteries of these enormous structures. Ancient Egypt is one of the oldest and most impressive civilizations in world history. This section will give you a quick introduction to Egypt's history and help you understand the periods and kingdoms that ruled Egypt. Basic geography of Egypt. Egypt is centered around the fertile lands of the Nile River. This river was the lifeblood of Egypt and provided favorable conditions for agriculture. Old Kingdoms, 3100 to 181 BC. In the 31st century BC, the Old Kingdom period began with the unification of Egypt. Among the rulers of this period were the famous pharaohs Cheops, Khephren, and Mykerinos. The construction of the pyramids took place during this period. Middle Kingdoms, 2055-1650 BC. After the Old Kingdom, the Middle Kingdoms period began. During this period, Egypt's political unity continued, and important developments in art and literature took place. New Kingdoms, 1550-1070 BC. The New Kingdoms period covers a period when Egypt reached its widest borders and was active in foreign relations. One of the important leaders of this period was Ramses the Great. Third Intermediate period, 1070-664 BC. It is a period in which internal conflicts increased and foreign rulers took over Egypt. Assyrians and Nubians ruled Egypt during this period. Persian invasion and Hellenistic period, 525-30 BC. The period beginning with the Persian Empire's conquest of Egypt. It is a period under the influence of Hellenistic culture after Alexander's conquest of Egypt. Romans and after, from 30 AD. Egypt became part of the Roman Empire and then ruled by the Byzantine Empire. The Islamic era began when the Muslim Arabs conquered Egypt. This brief overview will help us understand Egypt's rich history and grasp the key periods of ancient Egypt. Egypt's most important geographical feature is the Nile River. The Nile runs from the northeast to the southwest of Egypt and has a delta that runs through the country in two large tributaries. This river irrigates the fertile lands of Egypt, creating a favorable environment for agriculture. The Nile played a vital role in the development of ancient Egyptian civilization. The alluvium carried by the Nile River transformed Egyptian land into one of the most fertile agricultural areas in the world. The Egyptian people built irrigation canals and dams to control the regular overflow of river water. This system has enabled Egypt to maintain a continuous agricultural tradition from the time of the pyramids to the present day. Egypt is home to one of the oldest and richest cultures in world history. Egypt's rich culture includes many scientists who made significant contributions in the fields of art, architecture, literature, mathematics, astronomy, and medicine. Ancient Egypt is famous for its hieroglyphic writing and temples decorated with hieroglyphs. Egyptian mythology is full of gods, goddesses, and legendary stories. Gods such as Ra, Isis, Horus are important cult figures. Ancient Egyptians attached great importance to the afterlife. Mummification was a way of preserving the body of the dead and preparing for the afterlife. The belief systems of ancient Egypt found expression in the temples, in the pyramids, and in various religious rituals. Egyptian, the ancient language of Egypt, was used for official documents and temple writings. Egyptian literature was enriched with stories, poems, and scientific texts. Many important works in Egypt were written on papyrus. Egypt's rivers, fertile land, and rich culture allowed it to form one of the greatest civilizations of the ancient world. These elements have contributed to the great importance of Egypt throughout history and to the preservation of its cultural richness even today. I hope this video has provided you with more information about this tremendous history of ancient Egypt. If you liked the video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. See you in the second adventure about ancient Egypt throughout history and to the preservation of its cultural richness even today.